Okay, tonight's homework is titled Balance Scales. Remember, we used a scale model to represent an equation. Everything on one side of the equation has to be balanced by what's on the other side of the equation. So let's look at number 2. It says this model represents the equation 3x plus 6 equals 15. First, let's check that and make sure that makes sense to us. On this side of my equation, let me split this down the middle. On this side I have x plus x, which is the same as 3x. And then also on this side I have 6 beans. So 3x plus 6 equals whatever's on the right side of the equation. I have 5, 10, 15 beans on this side. So 3x plus 6 equals 15. That equation looks correct. Then it asks us to describe the steps you would take to find the value of x. To find the value of x, we need to get x by itself on one side of the equation. And we can do that by taking away beans or dividing, whatever we need to do, as long as we do the same thing on both sides of the equation to keep the scale balanced, the equation balanced. So if I want to get x alone or isolate the variable x, the first thing I need to do is get rid of these beans. So I can take 6 beans away from this side of the equation, as long as I also take the same amount away from the other side to keep the scale balanced, to keep the equation true. So get rid of those and get rid of those. What we've actually done is subtracted 6 from both sides. So that's the answer to this first question. Once we've subtracted 6, I'm moving forward to the next question where it says what value of x would make this equation true. Once we've subtracted 6 from both sides, we have a new equation. 3x on the left side equals, if I've taken 6 away from this 15, I'm left with 3, 6, 9 beans. So 3x equals 9. Now remember, in class we talked about whatever's being done to your variable, you can undo it with the inverse operation. So if we're multiplying our variable times 3, we can do the inverse of multiplication, which is division, and divide both sides by 3. Three divided by 3 is 1. So this is just x equals 9 divided by 3 is 3. So x equals 3. But let's look at the model and make sure we agree with it on the model. Remember, we've already taken away these 6 beans and 6 beans over here. So all that we have on this side of the model is 3x. On this side of the model we have these 9 beans, 3, 3, 3. So if I divide this side of the model by 3, I have 3 groups, and each group has 1 cup in it. If I divide this right side of the model by 3, I make 3 groups, and each group has 3 beans in it. So each x equals 3 beans. And that's what we came up with here. X equals 3. We've just divided both sides by 3. Okay, we're always going to finish these kind of problems, even if it doesn't specifically ask us to do this, by plugging our value for x back into our equation to make sure it's true. Our original equation was 3x plus 6 equals 15. We said that x equals 3. We need to make sure that's true. So I'm going to put 3, everywhere I see x, I'm going to put 3. So 3 times 3 plus 6 should equal 15. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 6 equals 15. Does 9 plus 6 equal 15? Yes, it does. So that's how we know that we have the correct value for x, and we did the problem correctly. Okay, see you in the morning.